Let's work out, a feel-good kind of workout. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is going to be a little bit of a fusion between yoga, a little bit of Pilates, a lot of stretchy type of stuff. My website, orgasmicpathways.com. Choose your pathways. So let's get started here, okay? It's going to be some tension, release, repeat, toggling back and forth, like a good song is a series of tension and release. A great workout is also a series of tension followed by release and repeat. Get to your yoga mats. By the way, I'm just a layperson. I love learning, love showing you what I learned. If you have any concerns about this whatsoever, don't do it or check with your healthcare professional. This is not to undermine any healthcare professional that you might be working with. So make sure you take responsibility for your safety and your health and do what works for you. I will guide you through all of this verbally. As you do this, you'll get better and better with consistency. So down on your back, a big inhale, a big exhale, followed by another big inhale. Exhale your hands over your head. Reach as far as you can. Point your toes and reach with both your feet and your hands away from the center of your body, elongating your entire body as much as you can. The whole time, the whole workout, taking long, deep breaths, inhalation and exhalation with all of the movements. And that is the most important part, is the breathing. Flex your quadriceps, draw your kneecaps up towards your hips. Hands up over your head like so, above your face, and then back down again. Hands back up again. Back down again. Now reach with your feet and your hands. Now the next exhale, bring your hands to your sides, keeping the arms straight. Make like a circle down back to your sides. Inhale, like you're making a snow angel. Inhale your hands back up. Exhale, do this a few times with the breath. Flexing the whole range of motion. You're flexing your muscles. Keeping your kneecaps drawn up towards your hips, flexing your quadriceps. And the whole time we're on the floor, whatever exercise we might be doing on the floor, pretend like you're in a sandbox and you're leaving an imprint of your lower back on the sandbox. So scoop your abs, engage your core, draw your belly button towards your spine. Another inhale, beautiful snow angel. Exhale. Okay, now bend your knees. Palms up like so. And roll up on the exhale in a controlled motion. Back down again. Up. Back down again. Now come up and stay at a crunch. Don't come up all the way. If you can, straighten your legs again. If you can't, keep your knees bent. Now I want you to roll up with straight legs or bent legs. As you get stronger, you'll be able to roll up with straight legs and point your toes. Come up in a slow, controlled motion on your next exhale. When you come up, elongate and straighten your back and pull your shoulder blades back. Stay there for a moment. And then back down again, rolling. Bringing your shoulders forward, vertebrae by vertebrae back on the floor, and then up again in a rolling motion, and at the top again, straighten everything and draw your shoulder blades back, and then roll back down. So repeat that sequence a couple more times with your breath work. Now this time stay up here. A slight hinge in your hips so that you're not straight up, but you're slightly back, keeping your core engaged. Now, lift one leg up like so, and turn your ankle out. See how I'm doing that? And come back down. Keeping that leg up, come back up, roll up. With your other leg planted on the floor. Now switch legs. My right was up, now my left is up. I'm gonna go back. Both legs I'm fighting to keep straight. Back up. When you're up, you switch legs again. Rolling back down. I'll do that for a little while longer at your own pace. Building some nice tension for a glorious release here shortly. A little bit longer. Now both legs up, hold boat. If you have to bend your knees, that's fine. If you have to keep your knees on the floor, that's fine. Pick what works for you, what challenges you. Chest up, so you're not rounding the back right now. Back is straight, shoulder blades are back. Now, release. Come back down, bend your legs. Make a T shape with your upper body with your arms out. That feels so good. Move your, like windshield wipers, your knees back and forth like I'm doing. Twisting your spine. Keeping both shoulders on the floor. Keeping the breath work involved. Now we're going to go right back into bow. Ready? Roll up with bent or straight legs. Palms facing up. Bent legs. Straight legs. Right back into boat. See if you can go a little higher than last time. Now, if you can, Russian twist. You're basically going to twist like this. You can put your legs down if you need to, or keep them up like me. Back to boat. Release. In a slow, controlled motion. Oh, that feels so good. All right, now we're going to do a touch of Pilates, something that I recently learned that's actually pretty cool. They typically do it during the warm-up. I think we're warmed up now. So roll up again with your legs straight or bent. I honestly don't remember what they called this, but you're basically going to be doing this motion. We're going to do it 100 times. You pick if you're going to be here, if you're going to lean back some, make it harder. Bent knees, straight legs, lift them up. Bent knees, lift them up, straight legs. Totally up to you. So here we go. And we're going to count for 100 of these pulses with our arms. Ready? Keep your back straight, shoulder blades back. Let's go. 10, 20, breathe. 30, 40, 50, over halfway, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Come down, controlled. Release. Oh, that is so good. What a release that is. You also burn more calories if you get a really good tension and then a good release before the next tension. Good stuff. Okay, now I want you to roll back up again in a controlled fashion. Reach up. Now I want you to do a forward fold. Now I want you to bend your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Really feel that. All right, now I want you to straighten your legs, keeping your chest to your thighs, your back as straight as possible. Probably won't be able to keep it perfectly straight, but fight to keep it as straight as you can. Keeping your chest to your thighs as you continue to straighten out your legs. See if you can work into going a little deeper into your forward fold. Grab your shins, your calves, your feet. Deep breaths. With every inhale, there should be a little bit of a release. I'm sorry, a little bit of, I guess there's going to be a little bit of tension. It's the exhale is where you get a little bit of release so you can make a bigger gain. That's typically where you get your gains, is on that release. On the exhale, and maybe get a little bit deeper into the stretch. A couple more breaths. Oh, wow, that feels so good. All right, took care of the front, now we're going to take care of the back. So go on to your back, please. For this one, we're going to start by raising your chest off the floor. Press against the floor with the tops of your feet. Put your arms behind you, come up, using your back to raise your chest. If you can, bring your arms out to the side. And if you want to make it harder, to the front. And just hold that. And breathe. Now come down. Very short break, and back up again. Back down, rest. Rest is over. Release tension again, come back up. Now sweep your arms behind you, come a little bit higher, back out in front. Okay, release. Now keep your chest on the mat, lift your legs up, and you're going to use your butt to do that. Ready? Keeping the legs straight, toes pointed. Keep it up as high as you can. And back down. Rest is over. Go back up. Now we're going to add some pulses in there. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Breathe. Keep going with the pulses. Okay, now hold it as high as you can. And back down. All right, now we're going to lift both the chest and the legs up at the same time if you can. If you can't, just pick one or alternate back and forth. Ready? So we're going to be using the butt and the lower back big time. All right, so lift everything up. Go. Start with your arms behind you. Sweep them up front, make it more difficult if you can. You can kick your legs if you want, like I am, keeping everything up. A couple more breaths here. Oh, yes. Okay, everything down. Now, come into child's pose. A wide birthed child pose. So bring your knees to the edges of the mat and just sink into it. Reach all the way up with your arms so you're getting a good shoulder stretch. Now we're going to go into puppy dog, I think is what it's called. So you're going to come up with your hips over your knees and bring your arms out if you can, or otherwise just stay in child's pose. This will get a deeper shoulder stretch. I love this one. Oh, that is so good. Okay, now we're gonna get the obliques real quick. Go on your side. Either just do a side crunch where you're lifting as much as you can with your oblique, your side here. Or if you want to make it harder, bring your legs into it, like so, and just hold it. Keep holding. Down and pulse. Crunch up. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. Again. Hold. Okay, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. One last time. Keep holding. Release. Now reach overhead with your arm and just elongate your body as much as you can. Okay, now switch sides. We're going to do the same thing. Obliques on this side. Ready? Crunch. Or use your legs too. Just hold it. Go for height. Using your obliques as much as you can. Okay, now 10 crunches. 1. 7, 9. Hold it up. Oh, yeah. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. The last static hold. Oh, yeah. Oh, release. Reach with your other side. Okay. Now come up on your knees. I love this one. Knees about hip or shoulder a little bit wider, maybe, whatever feels comfortable. Sweep up with your right or left hand. Get a good side stretch here. You can kick out to the opposite leg like I am. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, the other side. Kick out the leg if you want to. Indeed. All right. Now stand with me, please. And turn my mat at an angle. It might be easier for you to see what I'm doing here. All right, so hands together. Stack your shoulders on top of your hips, on top of your knees, on top of your ankles, so everything is in perfect skeletal alignment. For a lot of people, that's actually really difficult because they just have bad posture throughout their day, so we want to fix that. And it's the fountain of youth. We'll look and feel younger as we get older, more mobility, more functionality. This whole workout is designed for that, to maintain and give you more mobility and functionality and strength. Therefore, you're going to feel younger as you get older. It's a fountain of youth. It's wonderful. Who doesn't want that? Okay. Sweep up with your hands on the inhale. Ready? And feel all of your muscles engaged when you're doing this. Here it goes on the inhale. Reach up and hold your breath. Release and exhale. Like you're scraping an imaginary wall behind you, back into prayer hands. Inhale back up again. Hold your breath. Release. Okay, one more time, and then we're going to forward fold. So come to the front of your mat, please. Up. Now forward fold on your way down, straight, flat back. Draw your knees up. Now collapse and finish the fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Now hang out here for a breath or two. See if you can go a little deeper. Relax into it with every exhale. Come back up to flat back. Now bend your knees and hug yourself like so. Chest is on your thighs. This might look familiar. Now we're doing a standing version. See if you can go a little bit more in your forward fold. This is an excellent way to work on it. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, release into it. Straighten your knees. Keep your chest to your thighs as much as you can. Inhale, bend the knees, chest to knees. Exhale, back, straighten the legs. Do that a couple times at your own pace. One more time, big inhale, bend the knees. Hug them in, and exhale, go deeper. Relax into it. Now, the turn so I'm facing you more. I want you to take your right hand to your left foot. If you can't reach your foot, then to your shin or whatever is comfortable. And try to twist and open up as much as you can. So the left arm is going to go up. You're going to try to stack the shoulders on top of each other. And you're going to try to have your chest face to the left, like this. Exhale. With every exhale, I'm pushing against my foot or my leg if you're on your leg to try to safely and comfortably twist more. Come back down. And do the other side. Left hand to the right foot. With every exhale, try to relax deeper into the twist. Ready? Next exhale. Get into it. Open up, twisting. That feels so good. This is what I struggle with, but I fight to do the best I can. And I've come a long way since day one, and so will you if you keep showing up. Last one. Exhale. Come back down, forward fold. Bend your knees, hug yourself, chest to your thighs again. Exhale, straighten, forward fold. Okay, next inhale, come back up slowly. Opening the arms and reach to the sky. As high as you can. Go on your toes if you can. If you want to work on your balance, go up on your toes as high as you can. Elongate your spine, your whole body. Every exhale, try to reach a little higher. And gaze up at an angle between your hands. Okay, back down. Scrape the imaginary wall behind you, back into prayer hands. Oh, doesn't that feel so good? Okay. In the front of your mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Forward fold. Now, I want you to bend your knees if you have to. Put your hands on the mat. Step or jump back into plank. Now we're going to hold plank for about a minute. I want you to protract your shoulders. Do not retract them. Scoop your abs if you need to come down to your knees so that you can do those things. Do that. And as you get stronger, you'll be able to come up to a standard regular plank, and you'll be able to protract your shoulders and scoop your abs. And draw your kneecaps up towards your hips and shoot your heels down into the floor. Pick whatever modification you need to so that you can do all of those checkpoints. Only 13 seconds left. And now we're going to go right into downward dog. Ready? Next inhale. Exhale into downward dog. Now with a downward dog, start with your knees bent like this. Straighten your arms so that there's a straight line between your wrists all the way up through your butt. And if you can maintain that straight line and your head is out of its shell, your shoulders are pushing up so you're not sunken into yourself, but your shoulders are fully extended, arms are straight, a straight line from your hands to your butt pointing towards the sky. If you can maintain that, straighten your knees, straighten your legs. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come down like this into Cobra or upward dog. Cobra, your thighs and the tops of your feet are pushing against the mat. Upward dog, only your feet. The top of your feet is pushing into the mat. And push your shoulders all the way down so you're not sunken like this, but you're up like this. And look up. Everything's strong. Now, go back into downward dog. On the next exhale, go back down into Cobra or upward facing dog, you pick. Now we're going to go back and forth between the two for a minute, breathing with it. So now it's going to be one fluid motion back and forth. So go at your own pace with your own breath. Go. Anytime, you can go into child's pose for a breath or two, and then come back in it. Respect your starting point. And as you do this consistently, you'll get stronger, you'll get better, you'll feel better, you'll take fewer breaks, eventually no breaks, and you'll be inventing modifications to make it harder that I haven't even heard of eventually. So keep showing up. Now go back into plank from wherever you are. Hop back or step back into forward fold. Now we're going to do that twist again. Right hand, left foot. Exhale, open everything up. Now go to the other side with each breath, so you're constantly moving. Couple more. Now bend your knees, you know what's coming. Hug your chest into your thighs, straighten on the exhale. Notice I repeat this one a lot because almost all of us, especially me, very tight on the posterior aspect of our bodies. So this is so good for us. Okay, come back up. All right, now we're gonna step back into a lunge. We're gonna call it crescent pose because that's what it is in yoga. So for this one, you can come up. I go pretty deep in it, but start up here. You can bend your knees slightly, but go for a straight leg or as straight as you can behind you. Bend the front knee mostly. If you can get down to 90-degree flexion on your front knee, and your knee is in one plane of motion, in other words, it's not buckling in, but it's stable, and you can see your big toe when you look down. If you can maintain that and keep your back leg straight, get down in it or come up, whatever, find your sweet spot. And then come down into a runner's pose or a runner's stretch. If you can come down to your forearms, get a little bit deeper, like so. Still breathing. Come back up. I want you to cross the midline of your body. To the other side, you'll get an even greater stretch coming this way. Now if your left leg is forward like mine is, put your right hand down and open up with your left hand, twisting your spine as much as you can, as safely as you can on the exhale. And if you can, wrap around and bind to yourself, get an even bigger twist. And back up. Bring it back down. Now open up the other way, bring the right hand up. We're not going to do too much holding in these poses. Now I want you to go back and forth between twisting with your breath. Constant, fluent, slow, controlled motion. Just do that a few times. Now on this side, when you're open up, I want you to bind the other direction. Reach behind your back if you can. with your right arm. Shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Now with your left arm, take it off the floor, off the mat, and try to reach around behind your back and grab your wrist or your hand or your fingers of your other hand. And breathe. Come out if you need to, or stay in it. Find the calmness in the storm and that tension. Now we're going to open back up. Come back up. Place the heel down on your back leg. Come back up. Straighten the leg. Release. Now come back down into tension. This is going to be warrior 2. Go to warrior 1. Basically just sweep this arm back up and try to point your toes at an angle here so it's not straight out. But when you're in warrior 1, you want to point your toes a little forward. Back into warrior 2. Straighten again. Release. Back down into it. Now reverse warrior. Release, straighten. See, this isn't exactly a kick your butt kind of workout. If it was, I would stay down in there, it would burn. We're doing a lot of releases here because that's the purpose of this particular workout. It's a time and place for everything. Back into a reverse warrior. Release again for a breath. Big exhale, big inhale, big exhale, back into reverse warrior. One last time, see if you can get a little deeper. And back up. Now back into warrior 1. Bend the knee. Back into crescent. Now while you're in crescent, take your right hand on your outer knee and try to press, twist yourself a little more. You can even take your right arm, grab your hip, and bind yourself so you're twisting as much as you can. Okay, now come down. Foot back. Downward facing dog. Upward facing dog or Cobra. Downward dog again. Now we got to do the other side. So step your right foot between your hands. Come up in the crescent once again. Remember, back leg straight. If you can get deep into it, down to a 90-degree flexion with your front leg, excellent. Should be able to see your big toe so your knee isn't buckling in. And your knee should be above your ankle, not your toes. Okay, now come down into runner's pose. If you can come down to your forearms again, go for it. All right, now your right foot is forward, so we're going to put your left hand on the mat, stack your shoulders, twist, right arm up. Back down. Now the other direction, open up. Left hand up, stack the shoulders on top of each other or as close as you can to that. Now on the next exhale, go back. And now just go back and forth a few times. With each deep inhalation, there's a deep exhalation. On that exhalation, get as much out of that twist, that openness as you can. A couple more times. All right, back into runner's pose. Back up out of runner's pose. Now I want you to open back up again. Gonna build the tension and then a wonderful release. Now reach behind with your left hand, then up with your right hand and see if you can bind and grab your wrist. Looking up, opening the chest, shoulders on top of each other. Breathe. Find the calmness in that tension. And now open back up again. Come up, straighten the leg. Release. It's so glorious. Now, bend the knee again for warrior two. The front knee, that is. Now, turn the toe so that you're rotating inward, so you're pointing the toe in a diagonal direction. And sweep the arms up into warrior one. Try force, I'm a wordsmith. Try to make your hips point towards forward of the room. Back to warrior two. Come up. Release. Back down for tension. Reverse warrior. Back up. Release. Reverse warrior again. Back up. Straighten the leg. And one more time into tension for this one. Reverse warrior. Try to relax into it a little more deeply. And straighten the leg. Now, back into warrior two. Warrior one, sweep the arm, point the toes in a diagonal forward, hips facing forward, come back down, step back. Hold plank for just a moment, scoop your abs, come down to your knees if you have to, protract your shoulders. If you're unable to protract your shoulders and scoop your abs and shoot your heels down into the floor and draw your kneecaps up towards your hips and fall to your knees until you're stronger. And you will get stronger. Okay, child's pose. Release. Oh, that's so nice. All right. Now we're going to do a little cat and cow. So you're on all fours like so. Hands are below your shoulders, knees are below your hips. You're going to take a big inhale and go into cow. So you're pointing your butt up as much as you can, curving your back as much as you can, looking up as high as you can. Then exhale the opposite into cat. Raising the middle of your back as high as you can, looking down, protracting your shoulders as much as you can, pointing your butt down, pretty much the opposite. Now on the inhale, cow. Deep inhale, deep exhale, cat. Go at your own breath, your own pace a few times. Go. One more time. Oh, that is so good. I'm gonna go back into child's pose again. Release. Clasp behind you. Thrust your hips forward. Squeeze your butt. Flex your quads. Now instead of protracting your shoulders, retract your shoulders and squeeze your shoulder blades in. Get a nice stretch across your chest. Scooping the abs. Thrusting your pelvis forward. Squeezing your butt. Big inhale, exhale, shoulders down. Okay, now left foot in front of you like so. So you got 90-degree flexion in your knee here, about 90-degree here with your knee, both knees 90 degrees, also 90 degrees at your hips too. Okay, now I want you to reach straight up as high as you can. On the exhale, I want you to straighten that front foot. Knee is straight or mostly straight, not quite locked. Flexing your foot in front of you. Your back leg should be straight up and down, so make the adjustment as you need to. If you need to put a cushion, a pillow, a yoga block, something soft under your knee, I recommend it. Now I want you to just come forward as much as you can. I believe this is called half splits. I want you to take your right hand and reach to the outside of your left foot, so you're getting a little bit of a twist in there. Stretching the calf as well as the IT band a little bit more. All right. Come back up, reach for the sky, a little bit of a balance here too. On the exhale, come right back down again. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale right back down. Try to go relax a little deeper. From here, I want you to pivot your body like this. We're going to go into half frog. So you're going to keep this leg straight, the left leg straight and out. Your right leg, you're going to move to the side more like I did, keeping the knee flexed at about 90 degrees. And just sort of settle into it. Go for that inner thigh stretch right there. You can move forward and backward a little with it. As you get more loose and limber, you can move your right knee out more. I love this one. Half frog is so cool. One more big inhale and exhale. Pivot back into half split. Now, we are actually going to take the back leg and push it back as far as we can into a splits. I can't do a splits. Maybe someday I will. Who knows? Or I presently struggle with the splits. But so far, this is as far as I can go at this present moment. Oh, and just breathe into it. Maybe you find yourself going a little deeper with each exhalation, even if it's just millimeters. I got an extra millimeter in there, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can get another millimeter on my next exhalation. Okay, come back up. Flex both knees 90 degrees. Oh, that's gold. So while you're here, I want you to take your right hand on the outside of your left knee, keeping your knee where it is. Don't let it buckle in. And I want you to push in that knee to get more of a twist in your spine. And you'll also be using the outer hip, the outer thigh of your left leg to keep your right hand from pushing your knee inward. Okay, very good. Release. Now we're going to go to the other side. We got two sides, right? We've got to take care of both of them. I love this tension release rapido thing. It's so cool, but some days I also love just holding tension. Those are the ones that really make you, they kick your butt, they make you feel like toast. But that's not today. Today is more of an active recovery day, I would say. Time and place for everything. Okay, so now on the opposite side, everything is 90-degree flexion, hips, knees, both knees. See if I can remember that sequence I did for the other side. Okay, twist, left hand outside of the right knee, push with both your knee and your hand. Get a little bit of a twist there. Breathe. Twist more on the exhalation, relax into it. So good. All right, now extend your front leg, which would be your right leg. So the knee is perfectly straight, but not quite locked. Protect the knee by not locking it, but make it straight. Draw the knee up towards your hip, keeping the back leg perpendicular to the floor. On your next big exhalation, get a big inhalation, so you get a big exhalation, reach up. Reach as high as you can, then exhalate, coming down. Now take your left hand to the outside of your right foot. So you get that little bit of twist in your spine, and also you'll hit the IT band a little bit here too. I hope you can hear me breathing. I hope you're breathing too. Okay, release on the next exhale. Or the next inhale. Come back up. And a little bit of a balance thing here. Reach for the sky. Reach. And then come back down on your next exhale. Left hand to the outside of the right foot. Reach back up, inhale. As high as you can, then exhale back down. Inhale up. Reach, and then exhale back down. See if you go deeper by relaxing into it. Now we're going to go into half frog on the other side. So now my right leg comes out to the side. My left knee goes out, maintaining straight leg on my right leg and 90-degree knee flexion on the left leg. And relax into a half frog. I think if you're going to be a frog, you should just be a full frog. Who wants to be a half frog? I don't know. You can wiggle back and forth on this side too if you want. Breathe. Wow. 2 more breaths. That is so good. Okay, come back up. Back to 90 degrees. Reach up. And inhale, big time, reach as high as you can. On the exhale, straighten that front leg again. Now this time, we're going to move the back leg back so it's no longer perpendicular to the floor. We're going to try to get into a splits or as deep as we can into it. So Here we go. Straighten the front leg, but don't lock the knee quite. Keep it tense, not too tense. Draw the kneecap up towards the hip. Keep the hips squared to the floor. And slide the back leg back as far as you safely can on the exhale. Relax into it. At this point, I am fighting for millimeters with every exhale. I got another millimeter there. That makes me happy. Another breath. Okay. Carefully come back up to 90 degrees. Reach up on the inhale. Elongate as much as you can. Exhale down with your left hand over the outside of your right knee. Push your right knee into your left hand. Go for the twist. And do not allow your knee to buckle inward. Keep your knee on one plane of motion. Your knee joint is a hinge joint. Hinges only move in one plane. So if you start to buckle inward, outward, and all that stuff, you just risk injury, and that's not good. Oh, that is so good. All right, now we're gonna do one of my all-time favorite stretches. I love this stretch. I don't even know what it's called. I'm sure it has a name. If you guys know what it's called, drop me a comment and let me know. So, sitting upright like this, start here. You are going to take your right foot, place it to the inside of your left leg, and then you're going to flex your left leg about 90 degrees at the knee. So you're like this. And now your right foot is going to be on the top of your left thigh towards the knee. And you're just going to come back slowly as much as you can. If you can get all the way to the floor, fantastic. You want to keep both knees on the floor. The tendency is going to be to, when you go back, they'll come up. That means you just don't go back anymore. So I'm going to go all the way down because I can go all the way down and my knees are still on the floor. It's pretty cool. If you want, you can actually move your right foot and place it from the top of your left thigh to the outside of your left thigh and sort of push it down, push your knee down. I've done that. Don't put it directly on the left knee, but just above the left knee. So you can kind of toy with your foot placement there. And keep both shoulder blades to the floor. Do your best to keep both butt cheeks to the floor. My left cheek is a little off the floor, so it's not perfectly on the floor, but that's a tough one. But both of my knees and both of my shoulders are on the floor. That's important. This one you can just stay here for a while because it just feels so good. You can reach overhead with your arms. You can do a T shape with your arms. You can... couple more breaths here. One more. Okay, now bring your knees up like this. We're just going to switch. So now your left knee is going to go down like so. Your left foot is going to go over your right leg. Both of your knees are flexed at about 90 degrees. Knees are on the floor, shoulders are still on the floor, and do your best to keep your right butt cheek on the floor with your left. You may not be able to, but get as close as you can. And breathe. So keep your spine young. It feels so good. settle in and relax into it. Another breath. Okay, knees up. Now hug your knees into your chest and just do some circles in one direction, a couple, and then switch directions. And then we're gonna do, there we go. Okay, back to center. Now we're gonna do egg beaters. I just recently learned this, so let's see if I can explain this. Basically, your legs are gonna go opposite directions of each other. So like, my right hand is on my right knee, my left hand is on my left knee, my right knee is going in circles, opposite of my left knee, and then I'm going to reverse. And this feels so good to me. I had to include it. Just learned it about a week or so ago. Oh yeah, that's great. Then we're going to finish that off with some windshield wipers side to side, keeping your shoulders to the floor, both of them. Oh, that feels so good. All right, come up. We're getting there. Almost finished taking care of our body. So now we're going to open our legs like so. Okay, legs are straight. I'm up. Shoulders are back. Chest is up. Prayer hands. Take a big inhale, open your heart. Bunch of prayer hands on the exhale. Again, open your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, now, I want you to just come forward. Grab your feet if you want to. This is a big time shortcoming of mine, always has been, but still I've come a long way. Actually, come back up. Grab your right butt cheek with your right hand, and then your left, and open your sit bones as much as you can. This actually helps. Forgot about that. So there I go. And then come back down on the exhale. Try to hinge as much as you can from your waist instead of, just bending in your back. It's the hinging at the waist that is going to stretch out the posterior aspect of your legs and your glutes. Now go to your your right side or your left. I'm going to my right. Now go beyond your right. Take your left hand, put it to the outside of your right leg, and pull yourself in. Bring your chest forward to your feet instead of your chest just down to your thigh, so that you're hinging as much as you can at your waist, at your hips. Now go to the center, and then to the other side. Right hand to my left leg. Okay. Bring the feet together. Up tall. Fold forward. Grab your shins, your toes, your ankles, your feet, whatever is right for you. Now we're going to do Reclined Pigeon. It's one of my favorites. It's an outer hip stretch. So on your back, we're going to start with our left leg, our left foot on the ground, knee bent, and our right leg, we're going to take our right ankle and place it over our left thigh. And from there, we're going to reach through this hole. You can either grab your leg like this on your hamstrings, or you can get more of a stretch by grabbing the outside of your shins, and then lean back. Bring your shoulders to the mat as much as you can, so you get a bigger stretch, and you should feel a stretch on the outer thigh of your right leg. And you can pull your leg in more with your arms, which is going to pull your right foot in more, which is going to stretch out your right outer thigh or your right outer hip more. And breathe into that. This is an area that's tight for just about everybody, so this is a really valuable stretch that will make you feel so good. Okay, last breath. Now the other side. Switch. One more breath here. Oh, that is so good. And then the last move that we're going to do is also another one of my favorites. So with this one, we're going to finish this off so beautifully. So you're laying flat on your back, legs are extended. You are going to keep your right leg straight, bend your left leg, turn to your right side, collapse your left knee down over your right straight leg, and try to make contact with the floor. And then with your left arm, reaching up into the sky. On your next exhale, you want to bring this back down on the opposite side to your left side. And you want to face your head to your left side where your left arm is going out straight. And on the exhale, you want to bring your left shoulder as close to the ground as you can, along with your right shoulder. So both shoulders are on the ground. And then your left knee should also be on the ground. So both shoulders and left knee on the ground. That's the aim here. And look the opposite direction towards your left arm. And really breathe into this one, and it should give you a really nice spinal twist. You might notice that with each inhale, your left hand rises above the floor slightly, but with each exhale, it goes right back down to the floor. So it's a nice active spinal twist. And that's why I like it so much. It goes right along beautifully with the breath. One more breath here. Okay, switch. Other side. Actually, I confabulated. There's going to be one more after this one, and it's going to be lovely. It's called Happy Baby. So now the left leg is straight. The right knee is bent and collapsed over to the left side. I'm looking to the right, and my right arm is extended. And breathing, twisting that spine. On the exhalations, you can use your voice. It massages the central nervous system. It's good for you. One more after this one. Use your vocal cord on an exhalation. It feels so wonderful. Okay. Now for Happy Baby, this really is the last move. For Happy Baby, you're going to bring your feet up like this, your knees are bent, your back is on the floor. You're going to reach with both hands to the outside of both of your feet. Right hand to the outside of your right foot, left hand to the outside of your left foot. And simply pull down and breathe. It's a wonderful stretch along the hamstrings. Just feels really good. You can rock side to side a little if you'd like. Oh, that is so good. Oh, okay, come up when you're ready. Namaste, everybody. I'm going to give you a final little talking point. You can sit there in child's pose or sit up in prayer hands or whatever you like. That was gorgeous. Drink some water. If you did happen to kick your own butt, make sure you get some calories in you too, not just water. But definitely make sure you get some water in there. And eat a good, well-balanced diet. You want to do something that is anti-inflammatory. You just did all that work. If you're doing other workouts, you're doing other work too, and you want to get as much as you can. The benefits from all that hard work, you don't want to do it all in vain. So food is what you put in your mouth is really important, as well as what you put into your mind, your mouth, to get all the benefits of all this hard work that we're doing, and to sleep better. And if you sleep better, you're going to feel better throughout the day, and your workouts are going to be better, which is going to help you sleep better, and everything relates to everything. The basis of holistics. It's a beautiful thing. So do that. And also orgasmicpathways.com. I've got tons of resources there. I have a whole playlist at this point, over 50 workouts, and it's building. There's going to be more, tons of stuff. I have a playlist for nothing but plant-based, whole food, anti-inflammation, healthy recipes. Lots of healthy recipes in video and typed out blog versions. Just go there at orgasmicpathways.com, select your pathways, and get as much as you can from it and make it a lifestyle choice of something that works for you. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye for now.